Hi, welcome to Wealthy Mindset. My name is Oliver. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you're having a great day. In today's video, it's going to be quick, but it'll still be helpful, but not as detailed as in the past. Unfortunately, crunched on time, but it's going to be for AMC stock starting on April 20th trading day and for the next week. Going to analyze the graph to give you the lows and highs, essentially price target predictions. Now, quick disclaimer before I begin. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a professional. And everything I do share with you is just my opinion. It is not advice, so please do not buy or sell based off information I give you or the opinions I do form. Please do your own due diligence and research before buying and selling. Now, if we look at the graph, there's something quickly I want to show you. That's the reason why I'm making this video. So closed at $9.66 as of April 19th, 2021. Had a downward trend resistance line dating back since middle of March, and then came down, pretty much knocked us down on April 15th and again by the end of the day as well. So you can see right here, knocked us down. Now had a false breakout to the upside based off this downward trend resistance line right here. Unfortunately came back down. Personally, this is just my opinion. I think it was shorted in terms of like this is what the shorts were selling, the shares that they essentially don't own. And then what happened here, went back up, but then panic selling started happening as well. And then what happened essentially, so there was an upward, in case if you're wondering what this line is, this was an upward trend support line. Fortunately, did help us to bounce off to the upside and break the downward trend resistance line. Just didn't keep us through. This is the reason why I personally believe, again, just my opinion, that this was more short selling than anything. So, but either way, nobody knows for sure, I guess. And then we have an upward trend support line right here. That is not the greatest upward trend support line, but it has 3 touch points. So one touch point right here, second touch point right here, third touch point right here. Now the reason why I'm optimistic or like wanted to show this is because so this downward trend resistance line, we broke it just recently right here. So not even just broke it. So the good thing is had a false breakout here and just had some like messed up stuff, but broke it, came back down, bounced off of support. Now will this bounce solidify a bounce to the upside completely? It's not guaranteed, but I'm pretty optimistic above 3 moving averages right here. So all 3 of them. MAC line is in the positive. Same could be said here, but it is still in the positive nonetheless. So this is a bullish optimistic like movement overall. So moving in the bullish movement for the most part. Now, if it continues, if you're optimistic that this break of the downward trend resistance line is a positive, and like always, I cover the ups and downs for the most part, just because nobody knows for sure. Any news could come out and it could go up to upside dramatically or the downside dramatically based off the news. But if it were to go to the upside, then you're going to have issues passing 978 horizontal level resistance, then between $10 and $10 to $10.12 horizontal range resistance, a bunch of horizontal resistance between that range that I just gave you. Now, the thing is though, it's going to be probably quite a while until you pass this whole entire conglomerate of resistance. So there's this like whole range between, so not whole range, but let me just elaborate more. So once you pass $10.12, you're going to have issues passing $10.26, so $10.26 resistance level, $10.43 resistance level, and essentially the $10.50 range, but more specifically $10.55. Now, this on its own will take quite a while. I don't think we might not see necessarily the next ranges until probably next week, but anything's possible. It could spike up dramatically because I think what's going to happen is because this follows GameStop a little bit too as well in terms of momentum, right? Because of the momentum, I think GameStop might spike soon. And given that, it could be by the end of this week, we could get to the $11 price point. But this is extremely optimistic though, I think. Because once you pass $10.55, there's quite a bit of resistance between $10.74 to $10.81. So $10.81 to $10.74 range, a lot of resistance. Passing that is going to be a task on its own. And then once you pass that, the 1090, 1092 to 1095 is resistance, but I don't see much of an issue there. It might consolidate for a little bit, but then you're going to have major issues passing. There's another major issue. So the 1098 as well, but $11 to $11.14. Those are horizontal resistance levels. Once you pass that, 1022 or 1122. So I don't think that's going to happen relatively soon, but because of GameStop, maybe a spike might happen. Again, take everything with a grain of salt. Even the GameStop stuff just in case you're invested in GameStop too. But that's that for the upside. Now, hopefully bounces continues on the upward trend support line right here. No guarantees. If that's the case, then the lowest would be about the 950 price point range. Again, nobody knows for sure. Hopefully it doesn't drop lower than the 950 range. If it does drop lower than 950, you're looking at support at 947, 944, essentially horizontal support at the $9.27. Quite a bit of good support at 927. But before you get to that, you would have moving average support at $9.34. Now the issue is though, if you drop down to $9.34, depending on when you drop it though, because if you drop right here, so let me just explain. If you start going up on the upward trend support level, just imagine this support level is right here, and let's just say you continue on the upward trend support level, and then you drop down to $9.37, whatever, so on and so forth. That's fine if you drop here on the other side of the downward trend resistance line right here. But if you drop right off the bat on April 20th trading day, like right off the bat, then it might cause issues. Let me see. Actually, maybe it might be fine. Yeah, no, it would cause issues actually. So if it's early in the trading day of April 20th, then it'll cause issues because you came back down on the downward trend resistance line right here. And this would essentially be a false breakout. So it all depends. But you would have, again, support at 935, so on and so forth. Once you break the 927 as horizontal support as well, then you'll drop down to the $9 price point, low $9 price point, and then $8.99, $8.95, and then just start trickling down, essentially hypothetically down to this support level right here that you can see a bounce here, and then there's other touch point bounces as well. $8.80 range, and then hopefully worst case scenario $8.76. The problem is if you get to that level, because there's multiple false breakouts happening the whole entire time, you can get back to the mid range of $8 price point, and then if you break that, essentially breaking $8, you trickle down to quite a bit of good support at the $7.60, $7.70 price point. But I'll elaborate more on a future video if it does happen like that. I'm personally optimistic that it's going to continue slowly, at least to the upside. But again, nobody knows for sure. That's why I cover the downside as well. Let me know if you want more details to the downside, just because in this video, I just don't have enough time to unfortunately go through it all fully. So I apologize for that. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. That's basically it. Thanks again for watching. Really appreciate it. If you did like the video, found it helpful, consider dropping a like. It does help out the channel. So thank you so much for that. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. And if you do like this video or other stock videos or other financial videos that I'll be posting, consider subscribing so be notified when I do upload those videos. And that's basically it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.